Oh, why are you doing that in front of the camera like that?
Come on, boys, eh? Lots of energy, no, eh? Lots of positivity, huh? No one in here takes a backward step today, huh?
We've talked all week about missing that first man. So you're putting crosses in, give yourself a chance of missing him. You might need to lift it, you might need to hit it early. Get yourself ready, just 3 or 4 minutes on the process of what we're doing today. Get your pads on, get your taped up. Always on the move, Punch, trying to get on the ball, trying to get on the ball, trying to get on the ball, trying to get on the ball. Gonna come in there, gonna stay wide, I'm gonna go in there. You know, always thinking about getting on the ball. You're gonna have to be our best player today. Our back four needs to be narrow when we defend. Don't want Joe running into our back four all the time. Scotty, keep him away so we can keep that distance, otherwise we end up all flat, we can't get out to the ball, OK? So that's important, and we've got to make sure we stay on our feet with these guys. They're not going to beat you for pace. They're 1-2s, they're looking for clever stuff.
That's classic English football right there.
You try and get the teams playing the kind of same way throughout.
Yeah. There's Brighty, look. Governor. Director Bright.
Alan, you've been a manager a long time now for different clubs. How has it changed? How has the Premier League changed for managers, do you feel, over the years?
It has changed. I think social media plays a big part now in the pressure that comes on us, because that generates you guys into action. So there's a bit more sort of scrutiny on the game and the results.
Do you follow social media at all? Do you
We
have a little look
at
yeah. So you keep an eye on what the fans are saying, because I mean they don't hold back, do they? In that world?
No. But you can't live your life by it. You would never be able to get yourself up. I mean, it's tough enough as a football manager these days to keep yourself positive all the time, and particularly with the younger players as well, because every generation seems to be at the moment, every year, more ingrained in their phone. And I know you're a bit like that with your Twitter and all that. So it's
occasionally.
Yeah.
Have a view.
So it's something that you have to understand. But the bigger difference, I think, is the ownership of the football clubs is becoming an issue for football managers up and down the country.
In what sense?
You know, there's chairmen and chief executives who are getting far too involved in the football matters of a footbad club.
How does it work with Steve Parish? Have you got that balance right, do you think? Is that?
Yeah, I think we got a good balance. I've got a great relationship with him. I admire him in what he's done in business and the way he conducts himself, particularly the way he's conducted his business at this football club. He's let the managers get on with it. Of course, because he's a hands-on sort of chairman, he does the financial deals, which suits me. But of course, he wants my decision, he wants my final say on all the stuff we do recruitment. You cannot believe how much detail we put into that now.
You know, everybody knows he's a good player. It's not, there's no question mark over his ability to play if he's fit.
What makes a good chairman?
We get one, we get two. No question.
My manager comes back onto me and says, look, this worth a go, that is, I think, then we'll look at it.
I think a good chairman is very important when you lose. We lost the weekend.
Yeah.
His reaction was very professional, okay? Didn't play very well, unusual. Didn't really ask me too many reasons why. Expects me to get on with it though, get it right. Also, and be very supportive in difficult times.
Tell me how you go about recruiting a new player, because I mean you brought in four, didn't you? Four big names anyway.
The example would be the difference I have here in Newcastle. The difference at Newcastle was the financial element come first, and then the technical side of it was, okay, well that should fit, you know? Whereas here, the luxury I have is that the technical aspect, how it fits, comes first. That's the most important point.
How was it different at Newcastle then? Because obviously you were frustrated there at times, and then now in the Championship. Do you think they got it wrong there?
Well, I like to think that they've learnt some lessons. I think Mike at Sports Direct has learnt some lessons. I think he'd be the first to say that. And I think he's had to learn lessons on the football side. I kept nagging him, kept telling him I think the process was wrong, what they were doing. And I made that very clear behind closed doors, never made that public. But I don't think he'd have a problem with me saying it now. And, you know, the be-all and end-all is the vision of the manager, how he wants to take the team forward. That must come first. And then, of course, there's a financial element. Steve's not going to let me sign. I don't want, you know, oh, I'd like to bring Neymar to the football club. It'd be lovely, Steve, you know, but the finance is completely
Really?
wrong. Yeah.
You think he'd get in your team?
Know, Steve would probably fancy it and probably sell a few things, but, you know, it is kind of, it all has to fit after, you know. These are the players that fit the kind of what we need. Go and get me one of them.
Benteke jumping superbly.
Christian Benteke, you brought him. How much thought did go into that move? Because that was a lot of money for Crystal Palace, wasn't it?
Yeah.
To buy someone like that. Did you have to push the chairman for that one, or
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, sweet talk him. Have a couple of dinners with him and everything else, yeah. We just kept saying, Steve, this is a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Give them 40 million, Liverpool. Give them 40 million. You wouldn't, by the way.
Great tackle! I'm having that! You love closing down, Wilf. Don't pretend you don't. Wilf, you love it. Look at that smile. Love that, Damo! That's what we need tomorrow, mate!
Put me on, I've got to deliver this for
do you ever look at people like they coming in now, the Guardiola, Klopp, etc. Managers that, you know, they've come into it and they've always got great teams and great players. Is there a tinge of envy occasionally about
a tinge
or more?
A little bit more. A little bit more.
I just want to know how it was because do you ever think, why wasn't I ever given a chance at one of those clubs?
You kind of earn the right sometimes to get in that position, and I respect that. Klopps, the Guardiolas, the Mourinhos have earned their right to be at those football clubs. Maybe I haven't, but of course there is another side to football management and getting the best out of the group that you got. That's all I can focus on.
Yeah.
So I've always tried to do that. And at Newcastle, at times, I had a very unbalanced team, very unbalanced squad, very difficult to pick up results with that. When you don't think that the players that are being signed for you fit what you want, that makes it frustrating a little bit, you know, and I was a bit frustrated. I haven't got that excuse here. But likewise, I think with the top managers, it's always a great challenge, and in a way, from where I've come from, and you probably played against me, you wouldn't have remembered me much. It's been a long road for me to get to this level, and I'm very proud to be here. I do enjoy going up against them. I've beat a few of them, and I've seen a lot of them come and go already. Supposedly very good managers.
Hey! Hey! It's going down! Get it into the front! Hey, Will! Will! Great ball, son. Go on, Sacco, go on! You got to shoot there. Got to shoot.
How does your mood reflect results?
When you're a younger manager, the emotion of the defeat clouds your thinking a little bit.
Lock in! Lock in!
You're angry, you're frustrated, you want to kind of put it right Monday, Tuesday, you know.
What a goal!
When you get a bit more experienced, I think you can have a bit more thought process of why was that?
Last couple, Will! Come on, Will!
When I was younger, I'd be a lot angrier than I am now.
How have you missed that muchy 5-4?
A lot more frustrated than I am today.
Oh, great finish.
But that doesn't mean to say my winning passion is nonetheless. You know, I'm desperate to the next game now.
Yeah. Oh my God, chance! What a save that is! Fine, Kelly.
How has it changed managing players over the years? Because, you know, in our day, you know, managers have a rant and stuff. Can you still do that nowadays?
Yeah, I think you have to change with the times. Let's just say if I got 11 English players in the dressing room, I could probably still do that. But the cultures of other countries are different. You have to understand that. And a French player or an African player, if you kind of destroy them at half-time or very critical of them at half-time, they take that very personally. It's not kind of natural for them. They want another solution. There's more kind of thought process to them. But Yohan Cabaye For example, I will still be strong with Yohan Cabaye if I think he's wrong. I might do it in a different way though. I might just not do it in front of the group, just on one side. That wasn't good enough, Yo. I need a bit more from you.
Tactically, you look like you brought in different individuals this season. Look like you're trying to change things a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I inherited a team that had come out of the Championship. And if I was talking positive about that team the last couple of years, I'd say you were a brilliant team on the break.
Yeah.
Because really and truly wasn't good at keeping the ball or dictating the pace of the game. And that's what I've tried to change this year, to sort of say, OK, we can't go on playing like that. It might keep us 16th and 15th in the league, but it's not going to get us in the top 10 or into Europe.
Has Leicester winning the league made life difficult for managers like yourself, in the sense that the fans' expectation, perhaps the chairman's expectation at clubs has got much greater now, because, well, they can do it, why can't we?
I think there is a little bit of that. Not that bothers me, if I'm honest. I never assumed the Leicester would happen.
No.
And it's astonishing, amazing.
It's a miracle, really, wasn't it?
I don't know what you want to call it, right? And I know it's your team. But from afar, I loved it. All my players, we loved it. Everyone wanted Leicester, other than the top clubs. And look what the top clubs have done. This is what, this is the problem now. They've all gone, we're all a bit embarrassed here. Let's go and get the best manager we can, and let's throw some money at it and make sure it doesn't happen again.
The whole England thing is, we've had a few stories over the last few weeks, obviously, with Big Sam and what happened in the Euros and another failure, and there's more talk about who will be the next England manager now. I mean, you've been mentioned, obviously, on occasions.
I think this England thing is becoming a bit of a problem, if I'm honest, for the manager. It might be a good time to let Gareth have it, I think. And I think...
Well, you know him well.
I know him very well, and I think he has the attributes to do it. For me, I've never been offered the job. No. If I'm offered the job, I'm English. Would I turn it down? I don't know. But that's another question. I think I've got the experience to do it. I think I can do it one day. I don't know if this is the time. I just want to hope like you do, that at some point we get it right.
Everyone.
He actually did clip me.
You right, one in the top?
This season, for Crystal Palace, what do you want?
I think we can do well in the league this year. I really do.
What is, for Crystal Palace, doing well in the league? That's
well, success for this football club's in the top 10. Without a shadow of a doubt, that's success. From 10th to 15th, I would say, in this particular year, in the change of style, is pretty good. Anywhere below that, you're in that area where it is not a good season, and you're going to start reflecting and start having a look at changing the squad again. And I don't want to do that. I think this team in the next 2 years could be decent.
Denying a space in the units when they have it, switching the play, remember, quick throws, trying to get ourselves playing. And if you switch the play, they cannot press you. The way they play, it's impossible. If you can see it going back to Joe or Macca in the edge of the box, we can do that. Don't worry about that, because we've got plenty of time. Don't think, well, we've got to score a goal, we've got to score a goal. We've got to make sure they don't score. So get back in your roles and then go and get your goal. Come on, let's go. Good luck, Skipper, good luck. Good luck, Joe. Good luck, mate. Come on. Seagulls. Come on. Good luck, Sam. Good luck, Fraser. Good luck, Yo. Use your imagination. Use your imagination. Good luck. Be strong today, mate. Strong. Okay, mate. Come on. Come on, son. Come on.